All right. So today on NewbieVeT, got a special guest. We got my boy, Big Top Georgia. In other words, Mike Merles.
Merles.
You nailed it. Did I nailed it?
You got it.
I got it right this time. I fucked it up the first time. But anyway, this is the retake. You know, we had to invite you back, make sure we get everything situated, man. So let's get into it, man. So you started off, you was a popular photographer.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so give me, give me a rundown of some of the photography work that you did in Augusta, and just,
Well, when I first started, I was shooting models. Well, wait, let me go back. So I was dating this young lady, and I had just got out the military, so I wanted to try to find something to replace the military. So she
How long was in the military?
Almost 18 years.
18 years?
Yeah.
So you must have got, hold on, let's go, hold on. Let's scratch all this. Let's go to the very, very beginning. Let's build this up. Okay. Mike Merles, you're originally from?
I was born in Cleveland, Ohio, and raised in Toledo.
Toledo. Okay. Cool. And Cleveland, Ohio, that's near Akron? Like, well.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's near like when LeBron went to?
Yeah, it's like 30, 45 minutes away.
You ever seen LeBron?
Yeah, I've seen him a few times.
Y'all about the same height? I know he way taller.
Yeah, 6'7" and 6'8", you can't tell the difference.
Can't tell the difference?
Nah.
Oh, okay, cool. So you're 6'7"?
Yes, sir.
Oh, man, yeah, God, man. I know you played basketball before.
I did, but I don't now.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So what was it like in Ohio?
Ohio was different, it was rough. Ohio's a different beast. It's not like Augusta. And it was very challenging growing up. But it was a couple guys that I knew who had joined the military. And when they came back, I liked the change that they had within themselves. So it planted the seed in my head that maybe, you could do this one day.
Right. So you went into the Army?
Yes.
Okay, Army. Okay. How was the Army like for you?
The Army was challenging as well. But one thing I always tell people, I used to be an Army recruiter as well, growing up in the hood, we always hear, oh, don't join a white man's army, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna do this, you ain't gonna do that. But a lot of that stuff is false. In the military, you have equal chances to excel. If you don't like your boss, you just gotta suck it up, do what you gotta do. You get promoted, and now you in charge. That's how it works.
Right. So it's all about rankings, really, in the Army.
Yeah.
Your rankings. So the higher your rank it is, the more say-so you got to. Oh, okay.
It ain't got nothing to do with your race.
Right.
Now, every organization got their good old boy systems and stuff like that, but we got them too. So that image that this is a white man's army, that's not true.
Right. Okay, cool. And so you served 18 years, right? You have been in war?
I don't like talking about that.
You don't talk about that? Okay. Okay, we'll scratch that. Cool. But I know you done traveled and been around a lot.
Yeah.
Been around a lot. Seen some beautiful things. Let's talk about the beautiful side of it. I know you've seen a lot of beautiful things in the Army.
Yeah.
Like, what are some beautiful things that you've seen in the Army?
So my second duty station, well, matter of fact, my first duty station, I was stationed in Colorado. And that was, I was so young, I didn't understand that I was in such a beautiful environment. But, you wake up to the mountains in the background. Then my second duty station, I was in Germany. Germany's a very beautiful country as well. And, like I said, now that I'm a photographer, I wish that I would have took advantage of the great sceneries in both those locations. But, just looking back at it, I was like, wow, I was really in some really dope locations.
Right. So Colorado, was it like the TV, the movies and stuff? Like everything all cold looking and
Colorado
blue?
Was crazy. And what I mean by crazy was their weather is bipolar. And what I mean by bipolar is it could literally be a blizzard right now. And 2 days later, it's warm and sunny out.
Yeah, that is crazy. Yeah. And everybody's just normal to it, like just every day to it. Yeah, man, that's crazy, man. Okay. So, so after you left Colorado, You went to your other second. What was the third spot you went to?
After Germany, I came to Savannah. I was in Savannah for about 1.5 years. Then after Savannah, I went to Ohio, back to Ohio.
Right, Ohio.
To be a recruiter.
Okay.
And I did recruiting for about 5.5 years.
You enjoy that?
I didn't at first, and I didn't at the end. But it's very challenging. You know, if you're not a people person and you're not good with just walking up to somebody and talking to them, it can be very difficult to reach your mission.
Right.
But I overcame and was actually one of the best recruiters in the area. And, you know, I became very successful actually as a recruiter.
Okay, that was up, man. That was up. All right, so how you wind up getting, you know, making that transition down here to Augusta, Georgia?
Okay, so
how that happened?
I was stationed in Alabama, and
you're traveling.
yeah, I was in Bama for a few months.
Right. What part?
Fort Rucker, Alabama, which is the Enterprise area.
Yeah.
And some things transpired to where I had to move, so they moved me to Augusta, and that's where I retired out of. Okay. To finish out my time.
Okay, so Augusta wasn't your choice; it was something where they chose for you to go.
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right, so explain your first day when you first arrived to Augusta, like, you know, first time being in Augusta ever, like what you thought about it.
I was disappointed.
Disappointed?
Yes.
Right, yeah, because especially all the places you've been, all the extra places you done saw.
No, not necessarily.
It wasn't that?
No, because Augusta's actually a great city for an Army base.
Right.
Most Army bases are in cities like Harlem.
Your first impression when you first came to Augusta, you said, you know, it wasn't a happy one. Why, you know, how is that? Why is that?
Well, when I first moved to Augusta, you know, I did my research on it, and I saw that it was the second largest city in Georgia. So me living in Savannah, I assumed it was going to be, in a sense, better than Savannah.
Because it's bigger than...
It's bigger.
Is Augusta bigger than Savannah?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Population-wise,
Population-wise, okay.
So when I got here, you know, I went downtown Augusta, checking out downtown. There was literally nobody. Like, there was no downtown action. There was no interaction. Was that?
What time was it?
It was
during the day?
Morning, day, and night. This is back in, what, 2012.
Either morning, day, and night.
Yeah. And so, I was like, man, what
nobody walking this out.
Like, what the hell I got myself into?
Right.
But, you know, luckily, throughout the years, I don't know if it was the mayor, I don't know if it was the county commissioners or whatever, but Augusta really has taken a drastic strides from the time when I first got here, because it wasn't nothing going on. Right.
I mean, even it's more going on now than it was 3 years ago.
Yeah. So
it's like, I moved to Augusta 4 years ago. So I've been here. This is my 4th year in Augusta. So, the thing with Augusta, man, it's growing, but I feel like more people have to bring more things to Augusta to make it more popular. As far as like, more money has to be populated here in order for the economy to grow, in order for things to happen in Augusta. I mean, cause we do got the skating rings, bowling alleys, movie theaters, malls. So we got like family thing, but we don't have like those tourist attraction places that brings money to the city. Like Orlando has all the roller coasters and all the other stuff, and Atlanta has all the entertainment and all the other stuff. You know, Augusta just got to find something that brings people here besides the Masters. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Which is once a year. We need something that keeps people coming year round down this way. Yeah.
And actually, that was one of the things that motivated me once I did get into photography, is I wanted to take Augusta on that next level, put them on that next level. When people see the things that I've done, they're like, man, you went to Atlanta for that? Nah, man, I do here in Augusta.
Right.
And because that makes me feel. That's why everything I do, Augusta,
Georgia,
Michael Merles, Augusta. It's if I blow, the city blow, and I want to show the city in a positive light that there are creatives here, because a lot of times there are great creators here in Augusta,
right?
But they end up claiming somewhere else. And I wouldn't be who I am today if it wasn't for Augusta.
That's true. You know, a lot of people, you know, like, you know, you gotta give credit where you learn and where you've, you know, grown your skill and stuff at. So yeah, most definitely, man, most definitely. So, far as like working and reaching out to, you know, when you first came to Augusta, how did the photography wind up coming into play? Like, soon you moved to Augusta and you got stationed here, right? Mm-hmm. So how you start, like, what were some steps that you did to start getting your name out there, you know, letting people know that you do photography?
Well, what I did was I just started to, honestly, I'm gonna be 100 with you. I would go on Facebook and I would like stalk Facebook.
Right.
And if you got a lot of likes on your picture, I would reach out to you. But hey, would you be interested in doing a photo shoot for free?
Right.
And then I'll take their picture, because I'm like, man, if you getting 300 likes and this is a trash picture, if I do it, you should get way more. So it's like, it works out for both people.
Right.
So I just started doing that, and I just started posting every single day. And I know I got a lot of people used to hit me up saying, man, you post too much. You do it. I'm like, well, you're not
too much.
Yeah, you're not the person I'm trying to reach then.
Right.
Get off my page.
Right.
Because you blocking somebody else who want to see this.
I bet that's like, when you first see some crazy shit like that, you're like, what the hell, man? It's like you post too much. What is it for? That's crazy.
That's the whole purpose. My purpose on social media wasn't to date people. It wasn't to, you know, people know my life. It was just to promote me as a photographer.
Right.
And I think if a lot of other people use that same principle, they'd be a lot more successful.
Yeah. And I think and it also, it'll stop a lot of the miscommunication with photographers, entertainers, anybody with business, anybody that's with your spouse or whatever. It'll stop that confusion, because it also stops a lot of people from wanting to work with you. You might reach out to someone and they might leave it on, you know, unread. Or they read it, because these phones now you can read stuff without even opening it. So they've read it, but they don't respond back. Or they might like, who are you? You know, can I see some of your work? Don't respond back, and then disappear, because for one, they might think you sneaky. You own something. You want some ass. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
And at first, I'm not gonna lie to you, man, I took it personal. But the more and more I got into photography, I understood. Right. A lot of these people have been burnt.
Right.
And you gotta show them something different.
Right. Cause I mean, like I had to learn that too, man. Cause like you get frustrated, cause you're like, dang, I'm really trying to work with these people, and it's like, cause you'll sit back. It bothers us like creators. With us, we have a very creative mind, but we're powerless because we can only do so much by ourselves. We still need the assistance of someone else to help us do something else, even though we're so creative. So it's like you said, you might see somebody got 300-400 likes on a picture, and you're like, well, damn, I can enhance your career and mine at the same time with just one good photo shoot. But a lot of people don't see that. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy, man.
Especially when, you know, if you was in Atlanta, LA, Chicago, they'd be beating your door down.
You get harassed every day.
Yep.
I mean, you go somewhere, you're going to get if you're a beautiful woman or a handsome guy or whatever, you're going to get harassed. If you look like a model, you're going to have photographers, videographers, you're going to have magazine editors, different people coming at you, want to work with you just because you have that look. People want you to advertise their brand or something, anything, you know what I'm saying? So I think a lot of people stop their fortunes by not thinking like business first, besides thinking that everybody's not trying to have sex with you. They didn't stop making coochies and penises when they made ours, you know what I'm saying? Everybody has one. So I just feel like a lot of people has to get out of that mind state that he's in my inbox for bad reasons.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Vice versa, that's on both sides.
Now, shout out to all the models who's helped me out throughout the journey. And I'm not gonna lie, man. I've gotten the most exposure and the most like kickback from like major corporations of pictures of myself. I've had major brands hit me up off of me. I'm like, man, I got all these beautiful women on my page and you want me? I'm the old guy, you know. But, you know.
Right. Yeah. Well, as we were talking earlier, you know, tall guys are y'all the thing.
Yeah, I guess.
You know what I'm saying? You know,
I
so
guess.
it's the thing. You know what I'm saying? So you tall, broad, black guy, proud black guy. Women like
that's another thing too. I'm yellow.
Yellow.
Okay, remember I was talking about Ohio?
Okay.
See, in Ohio, you got teased for being yellow. In the South, you are praised for being yellow.
Yeah.
So it was very hard for me to make that transition because I was very self-conscious about my skin tone. Because in Ohio, you know, you didn't get no play because you was light skinned.
That's crazy for the black people. That's crazy. So it's like we stereotype our own self in between ourselves. I mean, that which is true. Cause if you're super black, you get picked on for being super black, and if you're yellow, you get picked. You know, yeah, high yellow ass or something like that.
I was called white boy all through school.
That's crazy, man. Yeah, that's crazy. So you had good hair. You got good hair, like curly hair and all.
Nah, I had nappy hair.
Nappy hair, and they still call you white boy.
Yep. I used to look in the mirror like, man, my hair nappy. I mean, why they calling me white boy? You know, and like, hey, I asked mom, am I white? She's like, nah, Mike, you ain't white, you black. I was like, okay.
Okay, dang, man.
I had that problem growing up. You know.
Right. Well, that problem got get you some success on TikTok.
Yes, sir.
Because, you're taking off for it. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
Going viral multiple times. So explain the first time you went viral on TikTok.
Well, actually, the first time I went viral on TikTok, it had nothing to do with me. Mm-hmm. It had to do with my father. My father, he was killed when I was 2 years old.
Yeah, sorry to hear that, man.
And that's what caused me to move from Cleveland to Toledo. Because my mom got remarried and we moved to Toledo. So I had an old picture of my father and it was pretty beat up. So I restored it myself and made it look new. And then the My Heritage app, they had a feature to where you could bring pictures to life. So after I restored the picture, I brought my father back to life and I posted on TikTok. It got over 500,000 views. And that's actually what got me started. But what really got me to stay on TikTok was I was actually about to quit. And I saw this big dude walk through a door. And I was like, I can do that. You know, that's too simple. So I did it. Next you know, it got 40,000 likes. And I'm like, what did I do? I just walked through a door and did this. And then I just started to see that there was a need for tall men.
Need for tall men, man. Yeah, that's crazy, man. Okay. So what was the third time you went viral?
Third time is when I was with David. David, he's a security guard at most of the clubs here in Augusta. Yeah. We was downtown Augusta. We met these 4 young men, and we just walked past them. And when we walked past them, it was their reaction to these 2 big guys. You know, I'm 6'7", he's 6'9", and I guess America just caught on to it because that's at 18 million views with 2.2 million likes, and it's still getting hits even to this day.
And just y'all 2 tall men walking.
We didn't even do anything. We were just walking. We were just walking.
He thought we didn't even do anything.
Just walking.
Man, that's crazy, man. And I think that's what frustrates a lot of. I think that what frustrates a lot of people when it comes to like people that put in a lot of money that actually put in a lot of time. that actually put a lot of resources, countless of hours, and stuff into a product that don't even get 10% of those numbers. You know what I'm saying? And it is kind of depleting when you see someone and you just pull out their phone. Because like I said, like you might book a filming. The filming might cost you $2,000-$3,000. Most you probably get out of it maybe $10,000.
If you're lucky.
If you're lucky. But pull out your phone, you can hit $1 million.
And that's the crazy thing about this.
That's crazy.
This whole thing.
That's crazy.
I haven't used my photography skills in none of this stuff.
That's the crazy part. It's just shit you using on your phone.
Yep. Pulling
out your phone. You got thousands of dollars worth of filming equipment that you can pull out any minute, but your phone is what.
That's crazy, ain't it? That's crazy.
Hey, that's crazy, man. That is wild, man. I don't know. That's wild, and it's also, I don't know if that's a good or bad thing for the future, because it's like, will there still be a need for anything, for certain things, for a certain way to get in, make a name for certain things? Because these days, the way technology is now, like you said.
Well, no, there is still going to be a need.
Right.
So I was just talking to a young lady about this yesterday. And I was telling her the difference between me as a photographer or a videographer and you with just your phone or a regular camera is you don't know how to do camera movements. You don't know how to edit. You don't know how to color grade. Those are the things you still need a professional to do.
Right.
To help put your product and take it to the next level.
Right. Because you can be doing that same content you're doing, but at a higher quality.
Exactly.
Now. And that keeps them numbers there. Because once you keep that quality at a certain thing, that's right.
Then if I was to ever do, like we was talking about earlier, Patreon, that's the premium content that I will be using the film equipment that I already have to do. Right. I wouldn't use a cell phone for that.
So is Patreon, is it free to use for those who don't know about Patreon? Is it free to use?
It's
we're not getting paid, by the way, by Patreon. We're just talking about it, but yeah.
It's pretty much just like an OnlyFans without the name OnlyFans.
Oh, okay.
You know, people who are fans of yours will pay a monthly fee to get premium access to you. That's pretty much how I go.
Okay. This stuff that you only have set for this fight.
Yes.
For people to watch.
Yes.
Okay, just like OnlyFans.
Just like OnlyFans, just without the
yeah. Because OnlyFans wasn't even made for that.
Yeah.
You know, so.
And I heard they're getting away from it too.
Oh, they is?
Yep.
For real?
They're going back to taking away the nudity, and it's going to be just like a Patreon.
Yeah, because I think OnlyFans, when the nudity got brung into it, that what kind of gave it a bad rep, because everybody was getting OnlyFans and it became a joke to a lot of people.
Because you could be anybody.
You don't have anybody.
Anybody can have OnlyFans and get rich off of it.
Right. There's actually people that actually still do get rich. They live off that.
Yeah.
Like I know a lady right now, like she made at least $5,000-$6,000 a week on feet. Just showing her feet.
If I was like 20 years younger, I might have did it, but
I like showing her feet. Yeah. All right, now I show my feet. What the fuck?
Yeah.
This feet, shit.
That's easy money.
Easy money. You know, showing your feet. Just feet. That's crazy, man. But it's things like that. Like I tell people, if you put your mind in certain things, everything you can make money off of.
Let me tell you one other thing too.
Mm-hmm.
And this is something that I've noticed. A lot of people here in Augusta, if you want to blow on something, you got to focus on that one thing, and you got to obsess over it.
Right.
You got to block out all the outside noise. If you got a lot of women around you, you got to let them women go. You got a lot of guys around you, got to let them guys go. You got to focus on that task. Right. But once you focus on that task, it's going to eventually happen. It took me a year before I went viral on TikTok. But if I were to quit 11 months into it, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now. Patience is key as well.
Man, that's true. And I'm gonna say some real stuff, man, to piggyback off that, man, because that's true. And that's what I also notice about people, like just not just from Augusta, just people all around. Cause when you travel and I travel, just from being around different artists over these years I've been around, I noticed that for those that stay in their hometown, like you might have been born and raised in Augusta, live here your whole life. You start doing music. You've been doing music for over 5 to 10 years plus in your hometown. I feel like you will never blow because you're still in your hometown. And I just not saying it like that, but what I mean is like you're not gonna blow if you've been here, if you're born and raised here, you've been doing music for over 5, 10 years plus. It still got you doing the same things that you've been doing within them 5, 10 years. You're still doing that same repetitive things. You might get bigger shows and the artists come down. You might open up for them. You might get paid, this and this and that, but your name is still in everybody's radar only in Augusta. Only in Augusta. That's not good.
Well,
that's not good.
I'm gonna give you a little bit more insight on that. Yes, you could still stay here in Augusta and make it, but what you have to do, you have to change your mindset.
Right.
And what I mean by changing your mindset is, don't worry about what people in Augusta got to say about you. Because if you worry about what people in Augusta are saying about you, that's going to keep you stagnant because you have a lot of haters. You have people that's envious of you.
Right.
You have to worry about what people outside of this area are saying about you.
Right.
Their opinions, because they see for what you really is. If I went to school with you, I remember you being a knucklehead at Josie.
At Joe, right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right. I'm not taking you serious.
Exactly.
Right.
So you got to let America judge you for what you are because they're going to see the true talent in you. But if you stay in your own city, you might be the greatest celebrity walking, but your own friends won't let you know that.
Yeah.
So you think you're just a nobody.
Right. Right. I mean, and I've been in Augusta 4 years, man. And I've did a lot in 4 years, man. Like, I came and made a name in Augusta. Then people have been here their whole life in business, in music, filming. Like,
it took me 1 year.
It took you 1 year. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it took me 1 year. So I ain't gonna lie, it took me 1 year. But I did so much in the 4 years I've been here. So that even with this, 3 years, bro, like, hey, you know what I'm saying? So that piggybacking on what you just said though. It makes sense.
You gotta focus.
You gotta focus.
Let the partying go. Let the girls go. All that stuff's gonna come.
Right. It's kind of hard for people to do that these days for some fucking reason. I don't know why.
Because they think that that's a sign of success, but it's also a sign of failure as well.
That's a good one, man. And cause I don't be understanding that. It's like my thing is with me. It doesn't mean like some of my friends, they're like, man, you're a party pooper. You don't like to party. Cause I don't club. I don't go to clubs. I don't drink. You know what I'm saying? It isn't that I'm one of those, I don't like everything. No, it isn't that. It's just that my main focus isn't spending $10, $20 in the club to sit around and listen to music.
Yeah.
It isn't going out just hanging with my homeboys for no apparent reason. I got bigger goals. I got a whole family generational curse I'm trying to break. Then I got something I want to leave for my kids when it's their time to come up and do rankings because, you got to stay focused. And I just think some things that you gotta sacrifice some things in order to be good. That stuff can come late. You can always celebrate. My celebration isn't going out to no club, bro. My celebration is spending with my loved ones or enjoying my peace. That's my celebration. When I can sit back and be like, bills paid, I got the car I wanted, I got the house I wanted, life is good, I'm straight.
But that's when it comes down to mentorship, leadership. You probably had really good leadership or someone to at least put a seed in your head that, if you do this, and this, it ain't gonna take you nowhere. So you gotta be focused. Like I was just telling you before you start recording, like, you're not gonna do all this if you're doing all the other crazy stuff. You know, you gotta shut yourself out.
Right.
The club ain't going nowhere.
Right.
These women ain't going nowhere.
They here for a reason.
Take a year or two out, focus on yourself.
Right.
Master your craft.
Right.
Be the best or close to the best at your craft.
Right.
Then you come out and pop your collar, you know. But it's just taking that time out to do that. It's hard for a lot of people because of the influences that they have.
Yeah, it's too many. It's a lot of influences, and it's a lot of peer pressure, a lot of heavy peer pressure these days, and it even trickles down to the kids. So, what do you say about what do you think, and what do you say about the bad side of TikTok? Like, a lot of parents have problems with TikTok on the strength of because you know it's more dominated by kids. Mm-hmm. So the parents are getting frustrated now, where TikTok are trying to clean it up now, but they're trying to clean it up where it's like the trendy songs have the most violent lyrics.
Or sexual.
Or the sexual lyrics where your 8-year-olds are doing it, you know, with their parents. The 7-year, so it's like they're not listening to the content of the music anymore. It's all about performing the dance or the move. What you think about it? What you say about that?
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Until TikTok has an adult and children's version,
you can't stop it.
Can't stop it.
Can't stop it. That's why I say you can't stop that. That's why, like, how I was wondering, like, how is they gonna stop it? Which they might do. They might do an adult TikTok.
See,
and it wasn't like just like they did Netflix.
The problem they have now is, you know, I'm friends with a lot of people with a lot of followers on TikTok.
Right.
And they all have this issue to where some of their content is considered okay, and then they'll post something similar and they get banned. It's like, what is it? What's the standard here? This girl.
So you can post the same thing and get banned?
Yep.
That's crazy.
It's like they don't have the system in place to where they can say, don't do this. It's like, well, if you get caught doing this, we're going to take it down. Because I've even had like 4 of my videos taken down, and it was like 5 or 6 million views. But it was nothing sexual. It was just the sound. The sound was flagged. And if you have flagged sounds on your account, it's going to prevent your account from being viewed. So you have to delete them. So TikTok got to do a better job instead of having robots out there picking videos that they feel is inappropriate instead of people actually watching them saying, hey, that's not good, that's not good. And maybe having a board meeting and telling people you cannot do this, this, and this. Otherwise, it's just going to continue.
Right. I'm pretty sure TikTok got community guidelines.
Yeah.
That, you know, you only know about the guidelines when a tragedy happened. Like, I didn't know, Instagram, Facebook. I mean, I know, of course, they got guidelines, but don't nobody read them damn guidelines when you downloading the app. You just ready to get into the damn app. You just saying agreeing to every damn thing.
And then you following what you seeing everybody else doing.
Right.
So you thinking you're good.
You thinking you're good. Everybody else doing it, and then your page get, what the hell? They hit you with chapter or form number 2803 or some shit. All right, so out of all the social medias, like the Instagram, Snap, Twitter, whatever, what's your favorite one?
It's TikTok.
You're not saying that because you're being biased,
no.
right? You just can't. But TikTok.
TikTok, you could be yourself and not be judged for it. Facebook is drama.
Yeah, too much drama.
People being fake. Instagram is a step below Facebook.
Yeah.
It's very superficial.
Instagram, people are taking more serious on Instagram than Facebook. But Instagram is kind of, I agree with you on Instagram, because I'm heavy on Instagram. Instagram is in between because everybody has fake friends, and you might not even pay for it or any of that shit. They just follow you for some reason, spam or whatever they call it. But we just think, oh, we got new followers. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing about Instagram, and then a lot of the accounts be fake.
Let me tell you a funny story about TikTok versus Facebook. So, you know that video I said got 18 million views, right? I posted the exact same video on Facebook. It got like 200 views. And I know 80% of my followers, my friends on Facebook. And it got 200 there. I don't know these people on TikTok. It got 18 million. It's that same principle that I was telling you about before. If you focus on the local, you're going to stay small.
You're going to stay small, right.
So you have to focus outside and let the outside judge you, because the outside is going to tell you where you're really at.
They're going to be more honest.
Exactly.
And they're going to critique your stuff. And then they're going to be straight direct. They're not going to spare your feelings because they don't know you. They ain't shot a couple videos with you in the past and all that shit like that. They're going to be straight up. And that's what I like to focus on. I like to focus on the outside where I'm at. Like, I don't, you know, my thing is I make sure that everybody where I rest my head at, like I stay in Augusta. My job was, you know, when I first moved to Augusta, my thing was, okay, let me make sure everybody know who I am down here. Or if they never met me, they know my work, or they heard of the name J.Paul, DemiGod. I did that. You know what I'm saying? But before I moved to Augusta, I already had a name everywhere outside of Augusta. So when I came here, just get my name in Augusta was all I had to do. And like I told you, which I did that in a few months, but it took after that year, it was established.
But off of what you just said, that actually helped me out too. Going through the growing pains as a photographer here in Augusta is helping me on TikTok. I know what to avoid, what to look for to help me to progress and keep going forward. And I attribute that to the growing pains I had here in Augusta as a photographer. You know, if I would have never been popping at something and this would have been the first thing, it probably would have been overwhelming. Right.
So you already had that practice and everything down this way, so it's real good for you, man. It's real good. So, but other than that, man, I can see you enjoy watching, you know, doing the TikToks and getting the love and stuff like that. So, what's the difference from when you first started your account to the way it's stated, like way it is now, like what you started off with, like your followings, to where it's at now?
Like
and the love and support that you had from the beginning into now.
Well, like I said, when I first started, my TikTok was really about to show off my photography.
Right.
And people didn't give two craps about my pictures.
Right.
So once I found my niche, and my niche is being tall. And then once you find your niche on TikTok, you have to stick to that niche, because TikTok on the algorithm, they will direct people to you. But if you have multiple niches, it's going to confuse the algorithm.
Yeah, I don't know where to put you at.
Exactly.
Right. So that's where if you start off talking about, I like shredded cheese, and that pop for you, you need to stay on shredded cheese.
Yeah. until it burn out, then you switch your niche.
Then
you know
you
what I'm
switch
saying?
it.
But you know,
switch it. Okay.
But
cool.
being tall, light skinned, and people also tell me too, the reason why I have such a big following is people say I have a good heart.
Yeah. And
they can see that through the videos, and
right.
they can see that I care, and I'm not just out here for clout.
Right. Yeah, man. And you can really tell when someone's genuinely trying to do something for you, or trying to help out, or really a genuine person at heart. They got a good heart. And then, you know, because my thing is with me, man, I've always had a good heart, and that's always been my downfall.
Mine too.
And then a lot of people used to tell me, my friends used to tell me, man, you need to break out of that, man. You got a good heart. People will run over you. It's like telling a cigarette smoker that been smoking for 30, 40 years to just quit smoking. Like, just stop, like now, today. Don't smoke ever again. It's hard for someone to do that. You can't just cut something that's in your DNA. That's your heart. Like, it's my heart, man. Like, can't change my heart. But I've learned to put like more of like a vest over it, like a bulletproof vest to a point now where it's like, it's still there, but it's protected more. So it's like, it's more walls, more shields, more stuff you got to go through in order for it to be effective now. So stuff don't bother me anymore like it used to bother me.
Well, another thing, this is what I do.
Right.
I don't fuck with a lot of people.
That's true. That's true.
My circle, I can count on one hand.
That's true.
And because once you're a good-hearted person, the more people you know, the more people are going to pull from you.
Right.
Pull, and the next you know, you're going to be left with nothing. So I've learned, you know, you have to earn my time,
right,
my energy,
right,
because my energy is valuable.
Right. Right. Because it's got to be worth it, man. If you don't take yourself serious, who's going to take you serious?
Exactly.
That's right, man. That's facts, man. That's facts. All right, man. So before we slide off on NewbieVeT, man, how can they get in contact with you? And is there any love you want to shout out?
Yeah, on Instagram, Big Talk Georgia. Same thing on TikTok, Big Talk Georgia. That's pretty much it. Facebook, you know, Mike Merles II. You know, if you guys want to reach out, do so. If not, I understand. Also, I would like to thank my homie Matos. He like really helped me out. You know, I was in a really bad spot when all this stuff first happened. He got me out the house. He got me motivated. He got me creating. And I honestly, it's other people too, Carlos, but Matos is the one who really put that fire in me.
Out there. Yeah.
And, you know, I owe a lot of this to him, to be honest with you.
Man, that was up, man. That was up. Seems like you're a cool dude.
Yeah.
Man, much success to everything you got going on, man. Proud of you, King, man.
And keep
everything going, man.
Also, when I came here, you know, like I told you, man, I was inspired, man. You know, you almost a younger version of myself.
Oh, man, I appreciate that, man.
It feels good seeing that and seeing the progress that you're making,
right,
and the moves that you're making as well, because Augusta needs you.
Yeah, I appreciate that,
They
King.
really do.
Man, I appreciate that. I hear that a lot. I really appreciate that, my man. For real, man. Bet. So how can they find you?
On TikTok, Big Talk Georgia, Facebook, Mike Merles II, and on Instagram, Big Talk Georgia.
Do people mess up your last name?
Yes.
So I know what. I thank you. I want to know the one. I like, come on.
That's been since day one.
Since day one, since school and everything.
Yep.
Teachers, did the teachers mess it up?
Yep. Drill sergeants and all. Yep.
Especially in the Army, they got to call you by your last name. Yep. They fuck it up. Merles.
They think I'm Hispanic. I'm like, nah, I ain't Hispanic.
They think you're Hispanic.
Yeah, because
the last name. Oh, the last name.
L-E-S. You know, like, they think that's a Hispanic name.
Right.
Merles. But,
yeah,
you know, it's Merles. You know.
Yeah, Merles. You're the only Merles I've ever met in my life. Like, I've never met another Merles.
Now, do you want to know why that is?
Why is that?
You want to hear the story?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a pretty interesting story.
Yeah.
So, I'm really a Ferguson.
Okay, you're Ferguson. I heard of Ferguson's. Okay.
And my great-grandfather was in Chicago. He committed a certain crime. I'm not going to say what it was. And he was running. So when he was running, he changed his last name. So he had a friend, his name was Merle, like Merle Haggard.
Yeah.
And he just put an S at the end of the name and changed his last name to Merle.
Oh.
And he went from Chicago to Cleveland.
Hey,
and that's how Merles came about.
How the Merles
so I don't have a slave last name.
You don't got a slave name at all. You got a fugitive name.
Yeah,
fugitive name.
I'm trying to make it right. You know, I'm trying to make it right.
Man, that's different though, man. That's a cool ass story, man. For real, man. All right.